Welcome back to WizardChess. You can see in the corner there, this is 0.5.6, so it's a slight update, but it makes some pretty important changes. I think moving forward, whenever there are new builds like this, even in the developer channel like this one is, like the beta build, you can access this if you want. But, you know, you risk some crashes and bugs and things, but if you want to take part in playtesting and let us know the bugs you encounter, ooh, beautiful, very helpful. Please feel welcome to do so. But I want to share the change logs, because I will forget important things that have changed from one build to the next. The game is changing a lot, quite often. Something I didn't draw attention to in the last video is the idea that there's now this adaptive difficulty in game. If you are playing really poorly, the game will get a little easier. If you're doing well, that's when it starts introducing the champions and things. The game is responding to how you're playing, and hopefully that means players less consistently just win like 5 runs in a row. We don't want to... It won't push up to a roof where the game is unwinnable, but if you're comfortable with the game and doing well, then yeah, we can make it a little harder on you. If you're struggling, then we can bring it down a bit, and that should really help get people engaged with the game, introduce it to them at a healthy pace, allow them to learn at a rate that's comfortable for them, because the game is complex, and if you just dump people into the highest difficulty that is like on the tolerable sides of what people are able to handle, then newcomers are going to be boxed out. And so what Ben has done, Ben and Ricky together, to make that work is so cool. So I forgot to draw attention to that in 5.5, that's a really, really great addition. This one is more about just like tweaking and balancing some things, but most importantly is the introduction of a totally new UI for your lineup of units. That looks really, really great. There are some basic changes, like room sizes are now proportional to how they look on the game board. People often intuited that that's how it worked, so that's the direction it's now gone. And you're less likely to just get smacked around in the first turn of like the first room. Your party and the enemy's party are more likely to end up spaced out in those early stages. And you know, you can see there's some other basic changes there, but those are the main things that are going to make a reasonably big difference in how the progression in the game works and how well people are able to overcome these different challenges and things. So right away, you can see way bouncier, way more compact. That information is just right there ready for you. The element is there, but it's also represented in the corner with a little icon. The name is present, the amount of fatigue they have, and they just move around and just feel better. That is like humongous, huge leap forward. It feels like a minute thing, or it might feel like a minute thing, but like that's a big deal. I'm still gonna maybe I will. Maybe I'll introduce the monk to you guys so you can see another player. So let me do the warriors then. I'll introduce a new unit. I've been dancing around that a little bit, so let's play around with that a little bit. You can see the monk has 0 attack and a lot of defense. They're support units who move by swapping places. Before attacking, give all adjacent allies a defense buff, plus the skill, and enemies a defense debuff. On swapping places with another unit, this effect is doubled for the unit moved. So, let me see how I could best set that up to show off how that works. You can see that focus being passed along there. I will swap across the board here, brought down to 1. Just like made totally crappy. You even raise your own. You raise your own defense with his skill there. He's able to get in his own head there and improve his stats. So then you can totally just like bail. You're safe. They move around, do their own thing, and bam, you drag them back into that vulnerable position. Obviously, these guys don't attack, so there's no like real risk there. But you can do crazy combos with the monk. He's pretty hard to get used to, because every time you chuck him out in the middle of things, you're putting him at risk. So you can see much safer spacing right off the bat here. Oh, there's a weird thing that happens where like the first orientation of the room, even if it's not ideal, it's hard to change from, because it just kind of feels a little bit right. So let's get the archer involved there and take out an imp right away. should be mostly safe. Oh, actually, if you were to move up... No, I don't think there's any way they could, like, combo themselves, so I should be essentially safe here. I want to see an opportunity to use the monk, like, nice and early if I can, because it's just kind of fun, but I can't really do so without moving my character into a vulnerable position, and he can only move by swapping. No, that's not true. He can move there. You have the ability to move diagonally, but he's kind of removed from the fray, so I might not even try and make very strong use of him. Whoops, I'm going to shoot myself. That was unwise. Oh no, the amount of crabs are building up here. I actually do have to be like a little bit careful of that. I've lost units to it before, right? So don't want to put myself in too vulnerable of a position. Oh, it's been a while since I've used a Lancer. Since not that long, but you know, we brought in the Javelina recently, so that is like a little bit different at least. And I'll just end my turn and let that be finished off. So there, not getting schooled in the first room. Real nice. It's a nice change. Increase defense. Let's protect the archer. So this should be quite a big room, so I'm actually not going to go for that one first because I don't have that many units. I wouldn't have a lot to bring with me, so I can like more readily balance that out or like weigh those considerations. 4 damage. Nothing has 4. I was hoping I could swap. Oh, no, but it'll half. It'll half the defense or it'll debuff it by the skill, by 2. So I would bring you down to 5. The bard should buff you. I think I could do it. I think... And I would receive a defense buff, so I think the monk would be safe. So I'm dropping him in there. It doesn't matter which units he moves into attack. I'm safe for now. Now I'm screwed. Now, like, any combination of any pair of units there would kill him. So I think my best bet there... Oh, it's going to be dicey, because... Oh, no, the Lancer has good defense. So I can drop the Lancer, and he'll have a defense boost. And should be safe. So I hope, like, really quickly you're seeing how versatile and fun the monk can be to play around with. Same thing. You can just... I'll just swap either one. It essentially doesn't matter for that turn. Separate out a unit. Tanked. The monk is so good. Very fun to use. I love the monk. But it's tricky, and you can get overly confident and just end up screwing yourself over. Good. I was hoping I would get a shop. Let's see about that. I could add a dog. Gamba or Eggs. I do like Eggs, the dog, just as a name. I would name a dog Eggs. I think that's very funny. I'll give the archer that extra range, because that can be very useful, and protect the archer a little more, maybe, or just my main, my like tank units that get right up in the business. I would like to have them protected. I'll go target the little corner here. I can't really... I could do this just as a nice simple thing, bring him down to 0. That's pretty devastating, isn't it? I could try to set up something here because, again, just a fairly isolated unit where it's currently positioned, but it's hard because the monk can't move to just those orthogonal directions. Let me play around with this. Let me do the top down. I like the partial, because then you still get like a really nice sense of scale with the mountains and things. So I'll play at that for a minute. I want to set things up to teleport the monk in somewhere where he's gonna get mangled. That's the goal, is mangling enemies. But I'm scared for my archer a little bit, and it's hard to get to him. It's hard to like back him up how he's currently organized there. I'll take a setup turn. I will just do that. Because it essentially doesn't... That was like the least useful thing he could have done based on what I was planning to do. So, feel pretty good about that. Stop him from generating crabs over and over again. Again, one more step worth of setup. He'll probably... No, he didn't even run them away. Was that just outside my range? I thought that would have been. Oh, it must just be one outside. One outside your range, not two. Alright. That plan is out the window quite suddenly. I could... If the enemy's not gonna do anything, then I'm gonna start messing with him. How about that? He's cornered himself a little bit there. There's not a ton he can do. So if I just kind of start yanking units out of there, good luck. What you gonna do about it? Injured. But not enough for the archer to get in. Although, -2 distracted? How does distracted work? How do I check that? He just will lose defense every turn? So let me see there. How often is he losing defense? Maybe if he gained defense there. I don't know how the distraction worked. That's a different one for me. That's a little bit new. Yeah, and the distracted was clearly a temporary thing. So I must have done that. I must have applied that effect somehow. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's swap that and get an actual capable unit in the mix. That'll be quite a useful way to kind of manage my units. I assume he'll step forward. Yep. I guess it didn't even matter because now it's my turn to decide anyway, so I didn't actually set anything up by doing it in that order. I'll be curious to see if the game remembers the orientation I was looking at the screen. I think it would, but I don't actually know that for certain. I don't really need a second archer or a second dog, but I guess I'll try out an archer. Temporarily gain 2 defense after moving. Well, that doesn't do anything for an archer. That specifically is like a really useless trait on that unit type, but whatever. Play around with it, I guess. I want to do that one so I can access that reward room. It doesn't remember the orientation. That could be like a handy thing. Just if someone has a direct preference, especially if they're trying to singularly play with a controller. Oh, my monk didn't make it, because now I brought all these goofy archers in with me. That's too bad. I was enjoying using the monk, and also too bad because the archers just truly aren't that capable. Not on their own. Even if it's point blank, it's still something. Still take out a unit. Create a little risky spot there that you might try and walk up into. This I don't like. I'm not gonna... I could potentially, if that's the spot that the Sheldon continually spawns them into, that's kind of funny. I've kind of like solved that or resolved it. I'll take a little boost, but it's not quite enough. I didn't really bother doing the math there. Oh, that's another thing. I think this was written confusingly before as to what the Bard raised. The Bard raises attack and defense. It made it sound like it was skill before, so that's been clarified. And little things like that, little things that you almost don't even know until you see people play the game. And then, oh, see, he moved that guy and started spawning over there instead, so he managed to get around my little trap, my barely thought through trap. I do wonder if I start shooting the main Sheldon. Oh, if he moves up... If he would have moved the Sheldon up, he would have schooled me there, I think. I thought he would run the Sheldon away from getting attacked by the bow, too. That's another thing, is I think the AI, like... Oh, crap. Units get stronger in that adaptive difficulty, like their skill will go up, things like that. But I think there's also tiers of AI in this game, in the sense that you will fight smarter enemies, ones that can maybe recognize that they're getting set up. Oh, whoops. Down to 0 archers. That's on me. I don't know who else it would be on, but oh, that was poor. That was the opposite of strategy. What did I just do there? Crap. I autopiloted because the room, nothing had happened in the room in a minute. So I kind of just felt like I had it in the bag. Alright, let's try and get this gnome taken out. I don't want to deal with him. Alright, no other gnomes of the class there, so he's got nothing. Nothing going for him. And the little crabby. Shit. I guess I shouldn't have played as carelessly as I did, which was very carelessly. 2 monks. A 2-monk build, I don't know about. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know how easy or difficult it'll be to make use of. Giving a monk some attack, any attack, would give me a little bit of opportunity to plan really specific things. I could see that being fun. I could see that being a fun thing to mess around with. So I'm going to try that. If I have other attack boosts, I would similarly give it to them. Before attacking, give all adjacent allies a defense buff. That's handy. And a debuff. That I haven't really made use of, is the debuffing. So two bonus skill to my, my boring Hinnis. I don't think you're boring, Hinnis. I think better of you than that. You're a great addition to the team. I don't really need another monk right now, and I don't really need another dog. I haven't talked to the shopkeeper in ages, since maybe first picking up the game. Welcome to my shop. All sales final, no refunds, no receipts, and no eye contact. You don't like what I got? Maybe you make a donation. Maybe I check the back. I could donate a unit and reset the shop. Here's an interesting idea, because I like these units and I've invested in them a little bit. I guess eggs. Eggs is the only one I haven't really, but I'm going to buy Esme strictly to refresh the shop. That was all I wanted out of that interaction, so I'm good. And then I want to boost up some of their skills a little bit. But who do I most want to have a skill boost? The Lancer. The Lancer's powerful. Ooh, and upgrading a unit reduces their fatigue. So you can just see that take place. You can see them rearrange themselves. And so that's really, really nice. 2 defense. It's 2 defense. Let's just make that Lancer a tank then. Oh god. It's all combat now all of a sudden. I wonder if it should be noted when you're trying to select one of those buildings. You can judge based on the size of it, what it takes up on that grid. You'll know how big the map that you're about to take part in will be, more or less. It would be really helpful if maybe there was a little notation that indicated you're going to take 4 units with you. Now that the fatigue system is in place and lines the units up so you can clearly see the priority, the order prior turn, recruitment, deployment's a good word for it, deployment priority there, knowing precisely what that cutoff will be. Maybe when you hover, okay, you got to line up at the bottom there, 6 cards. When you hover over a thing, it will slide 3 of them off apart from the rest. It'll slide 5 of them off, and then you'll see. You're just looking at it and you can see those are the 5 who are going to come with me. I could see something like that being useful. You're scary. You can't be Lancered or anything. Oh. This is going to be fun. This, if it works as I want it to, is going to be fun. I think I'm good. Yeah, this, honestly, I'm a little bit hoping that not a lot happens up there. I'm probably being foolish. I wanted to swap with the Merc. So the merc would be next to the dog would be next to the bard. Big pool of buffs, and then I would drop this guy in there. Oh, but it would be he wouldn't be next to who I want him to be next to. That wasn't gonna work. All right. So instead, what can I do here? He can run in and kill a bunch of things. I really can't risk that. The Sheldon has huge attack too. This is sketch. I'm just realizing how dangerous some of this is. You, with your better defense, maybe should be just put up front and you'll get a boost. You're a little safer. He can still run in. And he would be able to, like, break my shield and things like that, but not quite. Ooh. Is this... I just kind of want to be rid of this thing. Oh, I didn't get buffed in the way that I thought and hoped I was going to. Oh. Okay, this is getting bad. Now I have concerns. I have these support units that I can never get where I want them to be to have just easy damage dealt. Now I'm creating this. Luckily, I have tons of defense. But I'm creating a very difficult situation for myself. Where it's just kind of hard to get where I need to be. Do I just bail the bard out of there? And open up some options? The bard kind of gets in the way sometimes when you're trying to set up better positionings for yourself. Yeah, I did that. Can't even monk swap to get that unit's stats down to where I want them, because it's just the dog. The dog's not going to do anything helpful. You're like exactly where I don't want you to be. I hope you recognize that, you annoying skellum. You have the defense to tank this encounter. You'll take out an imp. The dog barked out. It's been a while since I've made use of that, so I was not thinking of it at all. Okay, let me work on setting some things up here and get rid of this guy, because every move, every decision I'm making is based around not wanting to have to deal with that. No, dog, no! I don't want that right now. Come on! What are you doing to me, man? Shit! And now you're too strong again. How? How do I get you on your own so I can be rid of you? You're stressing me out, man. I gotta start playing around with some, like, teleports a little bit more. Oh, you be careful there. You stay away from that. I don't want you messing with me too hard here. This gnome. Crazy strong gnome. And the Sheldon. So I can't even teleport in there because the two of them are too strong. They will ruin me. Why are you weakened right now? The distracted. The distracted came up again. I don't actually know where that comes from or how. You gain defense after moving. That's not what I want or need. Okay. No, but I can just drop you in there. Holy shit. Should have recognized that had been set up sooner. I'm terrified to get involved there, but if he's just going to keep summoning those things, it's not going to get easier. Because if he keeps having that as an option, there it is. There's my opportunity. If he kept having that as an option to just use the Krabbies instead, then he was never going to leave that protected corner. The animation there is ridiculous. I don't know if I had ever fully, like, recognized how funny and over the top that was. I liked it a lot. Now I'm scared to really get in there. I am, Oh, you're so strong. Big tough guy. Yeah, that 8 is dangerous. So I'll have to take it out first. I was going to start playing around with the monk again, but that's the safer bet. This is, I think, and I don't want to speak too soon, but this is feeling like the most balanced the run has been. A run of mine has been. Shit, that's what I mean. Is that like, the game has gone through enough changes that there have been a few swings in difficulty in different directions. Sometimes it feels a little easier, a little harder. I think this adaptive difficulty system is really, really, really well handled, because it suddenly means that I can get just beat up to an extent that I previously wasn't. I assume he'll move someone in closer. That's all I wanted. I wanted to get myself in that position there. So I should be able to do the same thing here. But now I'm not in a great position. The game is coming down to mistakes of mine. Ooh, that's actually really nice to get a merc out of that. Sometimes it felt like I was getting beaten up and punished because I just got a bad draw of a room where the combination of units were tough and they had high stats, and I had difficulty dealing with that. I'll give that to you because you have a lot of defense, so I'm going to kind of pump you into the middle of things quite a bit. I could also add more to the damage dealing monk, but I really, now that I have so few units, I don't think that's going to be anywhere near as useful. Yeah, I have this sense that the game is balanced out, and I can't just mess around. I can't just run into a room and just start clicking things and hope it works. I've gotten away with that in the past, for sure. And so this is excellent. This is one of the most, like, exciting runs I've had in a game that I already love dearly and feel like constantly challenges me. That's what I wanted. Okay, that's exactly where I hoped you would go after that. And let me just separate the two of you away from each other. I'm not really setting anything up or achieving anything there, but I'm stopping them from being able to work together. Those two little gnomes. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'll say I have concerns of this run. I doubt that will be a shop, but I'm hoping that if I can keep taking on the smaller encounters, here, I think this will be fun, then hopefully I win units now and again. Who's the most dangerous attack-wise? You are. So let's just get you tanked in the middle there. That's why the monk is so fun. Pretty high defense from these guys. I haven't really had the ability to juice my attack to the degree that I would normally want to. So let me just start setting some things up. The debuff that you end up applying to units is so crazy. It's so easy to, in a small room like that, to just pick enemies off. Oh, sick, it is a shop. That's actually such dumb luck. In that case, how do I want to play around with this? Rogue. Absolutely, I need a rogue. I don't think I need a second monk. I don't think I need that. You're getting a boost there. Extra skill for the rogue as well. The rogue is probably my favorite unit. I think I get the most out of it. Like, more runs have been determined by a powered up rogue for me than like any other. It really is anywhere on the board, I think. So let me just pick you off. And then, depending who goes where, that'll be perfect. Get several boosts. Here's a fun one. I buff defense. Do you know what? The rogue, on moving, become poised. And I will assume that moving is the rogue moving, physically walking, and so I would have enough, I would kill the skeleton. I'm doing this for the sake of experimentation to see if going to a new location counts as moving. I would assume not. I assume his attack will remain at 5. He got the boost from the buff from the monk, but did not get the poised movement bonus. That's like the unit itself has to do that. So, you know, just longer term, it's good for me to know those things. Dope. I like when the monk gets involved. Makes me think of like an actual Dungeons and Dragons style monk to get like... My favorite D&D character I ever created was a monk. It was a monk named Woos Brain. I tried really hard to make him essentially Batman. He was very like shadows focused. He beat people up with his fists. I loved that character. I had so much fun playing with that character. Man, I haven't played D&D in a while. I really would love to like get that going again. Do I have any nice immediate setups here? I'll take out the gnome, and the Sheldon will be lonely. That'll be a lot easier to deal with. I would love to do some like teleporting shenanigans there. I don't need it. It's funny when you have the monk. I do this with the archer as well. When I have these skill-focused characters that don't do a lot just fighting-wise, that no melee fighting at least, then I suddenly put like so much emphasis on using them. It's that thing where like when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Like I want to make use of them. I don't like that extra strong skeleton. I will be rid of you. I don't have my monk, so I can't even do any of that. You should provide inspiration. Let me move you here where I can open up a path a little bit. Oh, right, it takes out both of them. Well, that went swimmingly. +2 attack if they stay still for multiple turns. Ooh, that could be really fun. And centered, you know, it kind of thematically matches with the monk a little bit. I feel like there's fun possibilities there. I'm going to clear the board. I'm going to work through everything. Maybe I win a unit along the way or something like that that'll prove useful. What is up with my Lancer? Why can't I... Earlier, I swore that, you know, there was a 2 movement and then 1 out. Oh, it's because he has a higher... This time, at least, if not both, is that he literally has higher skill than me. Damn, I'm like... not used to that. That's so rare. But I think that's some of the adaptive difficulty thing. There we go. That was sick. That was great for me. I just had a second there where I'm double checking. I didn't lose a unit, right? Only the enemy did. That was cool. It shows you your cards and it shows them get deployed. Like, that's handy. And I think it could be taken further with that suggestion that I gave earlier of like showing you that before you enter combat. Just like in a game like this, information and analyzing those possibilities are like everything. And so if you have all of that information readily available to you, just communicated, then you can make really like informed decisions. Oh yeah, see, so the other time that must not have worked, it must have been an issue of not having the right skill for it. And like, you could ask the player to keep track of all that information. Sure, I'll take a second rogue. But the more that the game can feed it to you, the better. We're pulling this run out of a pretty intense free fall, but it's not safe yet. Altogether, they will do 10 damage. Like, I'm thinking if I teleport the champion, I should say out loud what I'm working through here. But you will get a defense buff, so you should survive it. Barely. You can attack diagonally. Oh, you moved away, so you got less going for you now all of a sudden. You fool. This is going to be serious devastation from the rogue. Oh, he was one shy. Oh, that's the other rogue. That's why. That's my new rogue. His Tan the Eager. Gamba. Ooh. I feel like I need to get rid of a unit, because I think he was positioning the gnome to come in there and take part, and if he did that, then I was going to get hammered. So, had to make that quick move there. See, that's what I mean by the rogues are my favorite. You have so much ability to just cover so much of the board, that it kind of just... it becomes so powerful. I was strategizing how I was going to chase that unit down and realized the monk can just handle that for me. Sure, yeah, I'll take an archer. Shadig. I dig it. Great. Okay. This is a concerning final room. This imp will get taken out. That guy's a little scary in the back there for each unique element deployed. I could quickly try to look through. There's a bunch of water, metal, air, fire, earth, water. It'll be hard to try and like intentionally whittle that character down, so I don't even think I'm gonna try and really like aim for that. It will naturally happen, but it's funny, just those two units, it did not. That was not what was needed. Nobody does enough. I'll run him over. Maybe I should have ran him over there to take those ones out instead. Oh, funny, that one was weakened enough that the monk got a kill. Good for you, monk. I'm happy. I'm happy that you had that ability. I think I can kind of just make some moves. That worked out better. I forgot I was going to take out that guy. Worked out better than I expected. Sweet. I'm pretty set here. Hopefully I get like an upgrade. Yeah, that's actually I like basically just wanted an upgrade, because if I have the ability to do that extra bit of damage for each unique element deployed, I only have 3 elements actually, so that's not going to play a big role, but the archer will get a little something out of that. I'll make both rogues have that bonus. Let's protect you a little bit better. And sure, we'll take one more with us, because I think everyone will come. Maybe not quite. Having champions in this room is a little concerning. I'm pretty sure you can teleport the orb, which is a funny option. I'm not going to exercise that right now. I got to keep an eye on this strong boosted... Wait, at the start of combat, gain +2 attack. So I don't know if 8... No, you can see right there. It's calculating for me. 8 + 2. It's showing me. It's showing me what the base is. So I was just making sure it wasn't going to jump up to 10. I'm also making sure he can't move anywhere this first turn. That would, like, devastate my team. So I have a little bit of safety there. I'm running you in, Gamba. As much as I would love to just start monking things for the fun of it, I don't like that you're engaged right away. Something went wrong here. That Cormag is not protected by the shield. I'm in a beta branch, little bug. I'll be sure to pass that along, because yeah, that's clearly not meant to happen. I'm not too worried about that little pool of enemies. Let them live their life. Good gravy. No, I don't want to deal with that, not one bit. I almost want to monk him in there to just be free of it. The rogue would take him out, because he has so little defense as is. I think I'll do it. I don't think strategically it's the best thing to put my monk in such a vulnerable position, but like, wow, did I not want to deal with that. Do you know what? Then the funny thing is that I can do something like toss you over there, because you have a fair amount of attack, so like, let's remove you from this little cluster, and none of you will do enough damage. I'll be like relatively safe. So let's go take out one shield. And weakened enough that the monk got to contribute. I kind of love when that happens. More than kinda. I genuinely just think that that's fun. Let's bring that closer. Just to show that you can more than anything. I probably should have positioned something so that, like, I move it somewhere that, like, the archer is targeting a space and then you swap them. Like, that could be a fun way to combine those sorts of options. You'll only be up to 6, so you won't even quite take that guy out. Let's try and set that up. We'll see if he moves the skeleton or not. Nice. There's my chance. There was the distracted. He just got the distracted, and I actually don't know if it's when a unit dies next to a unit, something like that. Definitely ways I could be making use of that, but I would need to know more about it first. Oh, you're the weaker one, and you're actively unnerved. That must be like a shout that the ogre did or something. I'm trying to be careful here. I don't want to end my run in a stupid way. Yeah, I kind of knew I was signing myself up for that. I'm also trying to treat it that I know I could just run in and tank the boss right now, but that's not how the game is meant to work. So I'm trying to, like, play as if I have to kill that first. If you're wondering why I haven't just, like, dealt with it, I'll give you a little inspiration. Oh, but you weren't poised anymore. Damn it. That's not how that works. That's out of range. All right, I think I need to get you back into the mix. Notably, like, my biggest attack dealer, so there's kind of fewer things to set up. Oh, the buffing of the orb. No, thank you. Get away from me. Go back in the corner. Oh, don't mess with me too hard, man. None of this is, like, going that well all of a sudden. I can't. I'm struggling to get the positions that I want. Okay. I'm gonna plan ahead a little better. That defense boost is hilarious. Oh. He's gonna kill him too. Let's get you the hell out of there. You're making this difficult, ogre. That's kind of his job. I get it. Okay, this is what I was trying to build towards. I wanted my bard position there to give the inspiration, to get the poise, to make those 2 kills. Now the ogre is fair game. Now I can absolutely mess around with this. And I think it'll be as simple as those 2 targeting together. I feel like that 7 defense is often too low. Or maybe there needs to be a unit on the board that emerges after you've broken the orbs or something that gives defense buffs. There's like a boss, like a little mini ogre that follows him around and issues buffs or something. Because, like, that 7 is usually pretty easy to overcome, but it is on a line. And, you know, it's such a delicate numbers game. So much Vim. I guess I can skip these guys and claim all the Vim. I'd have heaps to spend. I probably have so much. The economy of this game is going to get totally reworked over time, right? Oh, the pets. I haven't unlocked the cat yet. You know, too soon for that. I still have the hunter to show off. I haven't even played around with the hunter yet. Oh, I don't have the hunter anymore. Maybe I purposely never unlocked them. But that's the next unit, is the hunter. That was a dicey run. But it was fun. It really punished me and I had to get my head back in the game and rethink some things and focus and re-strategize and build myself out of that hole. So that was tight. I liked that a lot. That felt great. The changes here, not just the UI, but to the gameplay are like, right, looking good. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do go check out Wizard Chess. There's potentially a sale coming up right away for the holiday season, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.